Hello, everybody. This is Daniel, also known as Quell from the Fan Zone. Uh, Welcome to episode, I don't even fucking know, episode 7, maybe? 8 of Daniel at Night, season 2. I've been looking at getting a new camera, but in all reality, do I need anything better than this? Um, I was about to play Xbox, but it's updating. So no Xbox right now. I'm gonna try playing Recore. So a lot of shit's been going down. And normally I don't pay attention to any of this shit, but I have a lot of. I follow a lot of people who do care about a lot of this stuff. I follow a lot of people who are who feel like they're affected by this. And it's not my business to tell them how they should or should not feel about this. But I've made, like, I'm not gonna lie, I've made a ton of videos and I just haven't released any of them because I felt like that it just, I wasn't getting across what I wanted to get across, you know what I'm saying? It's hard to describe, right? Because you're looking at me, you're like, who the fuck is this guy to be talking about black issues or fucking, or fucking minority issues? And for those of you who don't know, I have a ton of Native American in me, significantly more than any other group of people. This is as thick as my beard gets. It's hard to tell on the low resolution, but if I had higher resolution, like, you'd be able to see. Look at that, like that's and it's just, and you can see, like, clearly my skin underneath this beard of mine. I don't grow a lot of hair. I don't think I have a lot of hair on my arms. I don't have there's no pink on me, dude. Even at my whitest, there's no pink. There's no pink. I know some of, look, I was a Marine. I showered with like a whole bunch of motherfuckers. White dudes have some pink dicks. You motherfucking pure European guys have some pink looking dicks. Like, some hilarious dicks too. You know, you see dicks all over the place. Look, I'm not ashamed to look at a dick. A dick don't excite me. I'm like, huh? That shit is pink as fuck. And we had a guy in there, this big, huge motherfucker, had a dick that hang down to his knees too. We had fucking all kinds of people. I've seen way too much dicks in my fucking life. And, like, dicks slap against your legs, dicks fucking pressed against your ass, dude. Way too much dicks. Anybody that's been in boot camp knows that they've experienced way too much dick. Don't want to see too much dick anymore. Certainly not in real life. But some white guys have some pink ass dicks. And I don't have a pink ass dick. That's all I'm going to say. I ain't tell you what, because I'm not going to explain to you what my penis is, right? But I ain't no fucking pink ass dick, motherfucker. I don't have like a lot of people. They're like, oh, you so white. I'm not really that fucking white, dude. Not really that fucking white. My wife is white. She is white as fuck, dude. And when you look at my arm and you look at her arm, you can really tell. I have a significant amount of Native American blood from my grandmother and my father's side. Several different tribes, so I need to actually do DNA analysis and get that official. That would be actually kind of cool to be officially recognized as a member of one of the native nations. Anyways, that's just me. Who gives a fuck about that shit? So We see a lot of fucking bitching and moaning, dude. Like, it's never cool when someone gets fucking killed, right? Especially if you feel like it's an unjust... If it's an unjust murder, as it appears to be, in the case... is in North Carolina, I believe it's North Carolina, the guy had his hands up on the car, and the lady had... they threw out an arrest warrant, so she is probably in custody now as a police officer. If she didn't turn herself in. But the guy was tasered, right? He was not following instructions. He was walking away. He put his hands up and put his hands against his vehicle. And he got tasered, man. If you're not going to listen, I am perfectly cool. But then he got shot after he got tasered. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Look, even if people are shooting a motherfucker, you only need one motherfucker to shoot. You know, this isn't a fucking firing squad where you got 10 people and only one guy's got a fucking bullet, so nobody knows who actually killed the person. Right? This is fucking unexcusable. You know whose fault this is? Our fault. Because we voted in people that fucking kept on cutting police officer money and kept on cutting these fucking people's money, and we're hiring untrained people, and then they're not getting any training when they get the fucking into the force. And this shit happens. This shit happens, dude, and it's fucking pissing me off. Oh, it's pissing me the fuck off. I'm tired of seeing these untrained motherfucking officers. And it's not just this, right? So this is a mistake. Guy tasers him. The lady's not thinking. She shoots after the guy gets tasered because she thinks the other officer saw something. And she's shooting this motherfucker. Why is your gun even out? Why is your gun even out? Why do the police officers, why do fucking American police officers feel like a gun is a threat? It's not a threat, it's a motherfucking weapon. The point of the weapon is to kill motherfuckers. You pull your gun out, the only time a gun should be pulled out is when you intend to fucking kill a motherfucker. I don't understand this shit. Why are you gonna fucking pull your weapon out and point it at somebody for fucking 10 goddamn minutes? That's not what that fucking weapon is for. That weapon is to shoot and kill people. That is the point of that fucking weapon. You were issued that weapon in order to commit violence against people who required violence committed against them. There's a fucking guy with a taser gun. As soon as the guy with the taser gun was out with his fucking taser, everybody should holster their weapons. And the only motherfucker who should act is the guy with the taser gun. He's the guy who's got the fucking taser pointed. Did they get a call? Hey, there's a guy broken on the side of the road. He's got like 8 AK-47s and and an '09. Put them all in the line. It's just unbelievable. This fucking lack of training. Here's another example of very poor training. So, remember the whole bullshit that happened in Louisiana? The cop shot the guy. He was wrestling around. The guy reached into his pocket while they're wrestling around. First of all, what the cops did was correct. It should have never happened. It should have never fucking happened. Never should the situation have gotten so far where they had to kill him, where they had to use deadly force. It should have never fucking happened. So, what should have happened is a properly trained police officer gets a gets the guy onto the ground, right? And then he controls everything. He controls everything. He's throwing punches. He's got the guy locked, right? Hips, hip control, got the guy locked. He's throwing punches, hitting this guy so this guy can't reach down. Right? He's not throwing haymakers at this guy's face trying to fucking break his face open. He's just throwing love taps on this guy's face. But you're not going to let somebody love tap your face. That shit still hurts, right? So you're doing this, right? And you're doing this until he gets his body up and he's got you blocked, right? And you can't reach down. Then he locks your ass up. And maybe he gives you a little bit of fucking the taser gun right in the fucking ribs or under the arm, right? Controls you. Then another officer comes in, right? You've already got control. You've already got control of the suspect. He's on the ground. You've got control. He can't reach into his pockets if he's got a gun. You've disabled him from reaching in. As another officer comes, takes full control of the suspect's arms. You move down. You're controlling the suspect's lower body. The other officer's controlling his upper body. You're able to cuff him. And even if he had a gun, if he had a fucking nuclear goddamn button in his fucking pocket, you've disabled his ability to get it. The suspect is under control. Nothing happens. You're clean. The guy doesn't die. You don't die. Your partner doesn't die. Everything is cool. But instead, we've got an untrained officer with a guy on the ground, and they're wrestling around like they're fucking you and your buddy do when you guys are drunk, right? Like, I understand it costs a lot of money to train these officers, but would you rather have an untrained officer coming on into a situation, pulling you over, or fucking coming up to you in a parking lot? Especially if you've not done anything. If you're just in the parking lot, you know, just chilling, right? But there's some fucking asshole in there with the gun in his pocket, and someone sees him like, oh shit, there's a guy with the gun. I saw him. And this dude's like 6'2" and he's black. And you're 6'2" and you're black, and he's wearing a red shirt and you're wearing a red shirt. And this motherfucker hears the guy calling 911, right? And he's gone. Cops come. You're sitting there waiting for your boys to come over, and so you guys could go drive down to, you know, the fucking local place. You maybe go fishing or night fishing or do some fucking whatever the fuck. Some Torrance Davis shit. Some night fishing. And now your ass is getting thrown up against a car because you matched the description of a suspect. Now you're mad. You're like, what the fuck did I do? You're struggling against the police officers. And then you're like, and then you reach into your pocket, right? Because you think you're gonna give them your ID. And they're like, this motherfucker's reaching for his gun. I don't have control of the situation, so I'm gonna have to shoot him. And all you were doing was reaching for your pocket, which you should never do. All you were trying to do is reach for your license. Instead, you're dead. Because some fucking dumbass in the store that looked kind of like you, and the guy on the phone couldn't give a good description. And now your ass is in the fucking morgue, and this fucking punk ass bitch is running around. It's that easy. How many 6-foot, black-haired, beard fucking wearing fat motherfuckers do you think are running around this goddamn town? A whole fucking shitload of them. That could be me. Oh, white people don't get shot? Maybe you need to go look at the fucking police shootings. Maybe you need to go look at the police shootings. Let me pull this shit up. Fatal Force. The Washington Post has a Washington Post /graphics /national /police shootings 2016. 707 fatal force. 707 people have been shot and killed by police in 2016. This database is based on news reports, public records, social media, and other sources. They've got all their methods that they do all this shit in. I'll try and remember to post it down there. So it's all separated. It's separated by state, gender. So gender, 678 males, 29 females, and 0 unknowns. By race, 324 whites, 173 blacks, 324 white people, 324 white people. But white people don't get shot by police officers. We don't got nothing to worry about. Us light-skinned motherfuckers ain't got nothing to worry about. Right? Fucking white privilege right there. That's our white privilege. 324 of us motherfuckers been shot and killed by police officers. You want to know something? Most of us deserved it. I say us because most of you motherfuckers will call me a white motherfucker regardless. 173 black people have been killed by police officers. Most of those motherfuckers deserved it too. 111 Hispanic people have been killed by police officers. Most of those people probably deserved it. 27 others and 72 unknown. People with mental illness, 169 known cases of mental illness. That's a tragedy. But it happens. You know, it's just the way shit works. Mentally ill people are often, that's probably underreported. So it's mentally ill, no or unknown, because who the fuck goes and kills people? If you kill people for no reason, for your fucking gang, you're probably mentally ill. If a police officer comes up to you and your first instinct is to jump out of the car and fucking shoot him, you're mentally ill. If your first instinct is to beat someone up on the side of the road, you're mentally ill. Something's wrong with you. If someone comes at your kid and you beat the fuck out of them, you're not mentally ill. That's your job, to protect your children, right? But if you see some guy on the road and he just kind of pisses you off, maybe he's wearing a shirt you want or the shoes you want. You fucking sick in the head, motherfucker. Jesus. Fucking get it. Get yourself fucking corrected. There's places for you, you fucking faggot. You know what a faggot is? A stick. It's a fucking something you smoke. That's what a fucking faggot is. I wish people would stop using shit that has meaning as slang for something. Weapons. 389 of them had guns. Holy shit. 127 of them had knives. 43 of them used vehicles with weapons. 28 of them had toy weapons. 35 had other weapons. 42 of them were unarmed. 42 of them were unarmed. They've got 43 others. But the vast majority of the people had weapons. They have other things like body cameras. Only 90 of the police officers had body cameras. 115 were fleeing the scene. 115 were fleeing the scene in a car. 95 on foot. 35 on others. So I can imagine someone's like fleeing the scene on a skateboard or a fucking bicycle or a fucking unicycle or something. And 8 are undetermined, and the rest are 454 were not fleeing. But there's all kinds of shit in here, right? You go to race, click on blacks. 15 unarmed black people were shot. 109 109 of the 173 had guns, 16 had knives, 9 vehicles, 10 had toy weapons, 5 others, 9 unknown, and 15 were unarmed. Alaska has killed no black people. If you want to feel safe. Connecticut has killed no black people. Neither has Delaware, or Hawaii, or Idaho, Maine. Stop it, fucking cat. So yeah, move up in some cold ass places. You won't get shot by officers. 164 of the 173 were male, 9 were female. Ah, god damn it. I clicked off of it. And let's look at these white motherfuckers. These white people. 101 of them were known mentally ill. 177 had guns. 19 were unarmed. 18 other, 18 unknown. 13 had toy weapons. 17 vehicles. 62 knives. 177 guns. Let's see if there was a state where no white people were killed. DC. Hawaii. God damn it. Maine. Rhode Island. Like, those are the safe places for white people to live in. But yeah, guys, man, this is not a black thing. This is a human thing. This is a people thing. This is a problem with untrained officers. If you think any of these officers came to work and thought, man, I can't wait to kill a black guy today. These fucking black people ruining our lives. Fucking our women. Like, you think, I'm sure there's some, right? There's always gonna be some fucking crazy motherfuckers who join the police force for fucking crooked reasons. But most of them are there to serve and protect. That's their job. They're just undertrained. Some are not trained at all. And it's really fucking annoying. Anyways, this is one of the fucking things that are causing problems. Look at fucking, why do you fucking want to separate? Here's what blows my fucking mind. These fucking millennials, these fucking minority millennials, right? First it's fucking safe places. Now you got fucking special goddamn. Your fucking parents and grandparents and my fucking parents and lots of fucking 30 and 40-year-old parents were out there fucking marching with fucking Dr. Luther King and fucking all kinds of people and to end segregation. And you're willingly starting it back up? Are you fucking crazy? Look, you're never going to solve anything by separating yourself. It's never going to solve anything. You're just perpetuating an issue, making things worse. Stop fucking separating yourself. You see these? I don't hate you. I don't want to see fucking black people in a different fucking dormitory. I don't want to see Pacific Islanders in a fucking different dormitory or fucking Hawaiians in a different... I don't want to see any of that shit. And the second thing that I'm fucking tired of, and I'm tired, fucking sick and tired of this shit. I'm so fucking tired. And what's this other shit? So, let me pull it up. Let's see if it pulls up. There was a Walmart. Walmart had a what the hell was it? Wow! Oh, that's at Microsoft. So the refurbished Xbox One with Kinect for $250. I'm trying to find this shit. So it was some costume, right? That had it had stuff like on it. It was supposed to be part of it was supposed to be part of some fucking movie that's coming out where it has like Pacific Islanders are the main characters, and this guy's got like fucking tribal tattoos. And so the thing had like tribal tattoos. It was like a bodysuit, had tribal tattoos on it, like the character. And these fucking people threw a fit. Cultural appropriation is fucking dumb. That's the whole point of having a culture, is to spread it. America's #1 export is culture. Culture is our #1 export. Everywhere you see it. Everybody's eating American-style pizza. Everyone's eating American-style hamburgers. Everyone's eating American-style everything. They're wearing our fucking clothes. They're listening to our fucking music. Watching our goddamn movies. We export the shit out of our fucking culture. And you hear these motherfuckers, you can't have dreadlocks. You're appropriating my... First of all, you think this can have dreadlocks? I can't. But there's some motherfucking guys who can pull it off. And if you can pull it off, man, good for you. And if someone says you're appropriating fucking black culture, tell them to go fuck themselves. This is the hairstyle I like. And if you don't like me having it, then you can stop looking at me, motherfucker. There's other people to look at. 1 of 7 billion people. Get the fuck off my face. The fuck that shit. Fucking tell someone they can't have a haircut because of the fucking pigmentation of their skin. Get the fuck out of here. Who the fuck are you? Jesus. Oh my god, it's like, what, is some black guy fucking gets blonde hair, all of a sudden the fucking, the Nords are like, stop! You're appropriating our culture! What happens if you go and rape and pillage places? Are the Nords gonna get angry? You're appropriating our culture? That's our job! Stop raping and pillaging! What the fuck is wrong with this world? It's fucking crazy. What if you eat haggis now? You're appropriating fucking Scottish culture? You can't do anything anymore. You're appropriating culture. Stop with this fucking shit. Stop it, dude. Appropriating culture is the dumbest shit ever, man. If I want to get a tribal tattoo, I get a tribal tattoo. You know what it means to me? It looks cool. You know what it means to you if you're a Samoan? It means something specific. It's important. It's part of your culture. That's great. I'm not saying your culture is shit. I'm saying the tattoo looks fucking badass. And if you don't like it, you know what? You can go fuck yourself. If you didn't want anybody to fucking take your shit, Then don't show people. God, what's fucking next, dude? What's fucking next? What if you have a tiny dick? Fucking Oriental people are gonna be like, you're appropriating our culture. I'm just kidding, man. I'm just playing with you guys. There's other mean shit you could say too, but stop. Stop with the cultural appropriation bullshit, right? People can't even kill themselves anymore. You're appropriating our culture. What do you mean? I wanted to kill myself with a knife in the belly. What, am I gonna get sued after I'm dead? Is my family gonna get sued by some fucking Japanese guy? Look, you appropriate our culture, how we killed ourselves. $5 million. It's out of control, dude. It's out of control. You should be happy. You should be happy when people are like, wow, this hairstyle is badass. I'm going to get it. I'm going to get this hairstyle. You should be happy when you see people not of your fucking ethnicity doing shit that your ethnicity does. You should be happy. Why? Because you did something right. You did something that people find nice and they enjoy. Where are all the rappers saying you appropriate our fucking music, piece of shit? How dare these white people buy our fucking albums? The fuck out of here, man. Are you fucking serious? Fucking, and the worst, that's the worst thing, appropriating music. Appropriating music? What are you talking about? That's what music is about. You see, you hear music, you like this music, and if you can play or sing or whatever, you choose that kind of music. Because that's what are you saying? A white guy who's good at singing reggae should fucking not sing reggae because he's white? Oh, if he's bad at singing reggae, he needs to stop fucking singing reggae. He needs to find something else to sing. But you do, if you're good at something, fucking do that shit. If that shit happens to not be culturally the same as what you fucking, what your culture is, fuck them. It's unbelievable. And you know, here in America, people who say that word should just get punched in the face. This is fucking America, dude. This is the fucking melting pot. I should never have to hear that shit. This is where you come to be part. To be a part of something fucking bigger. Yeah, you live in your own communities. You speak fucking your fucking own languages with your own people. You're part of a community of people that lived in China, part of a community of people that came from Germany or Italy or France or whatever the hell, you know, the Czech Republic, the Middle East, Africa. Not a lot of, I don't know how many African communities there are, but in the end, you worked hard, or your parents worked hard, or your grandparents, or your forefathers. They came here to be part of something bigger than fucking this shit. This shit that we see. Can you imagine? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. It's completely fucking insane. Here's some cultural appropriation. The fucking Indians appropriated skinning someone's fucking head off their head from the French. And that was some fucking hilarious cultural appropriation. How many Frenchmen lost their fucking scalps? Fucking scalpers. Unfucking believable. And this thing has gone on forever. I'm at like 34 minutes. And I just want to rage about fucking appropriation. Like, should I not wear this shirt? Well, this shirt's got something on it. I appropriate it. I'm Native American. I appropriate these fucking Christian crosses from Europe. Come at me, bro! And they appropriate it from fucking the Jews, who are Middle Eastern. That's cultural appropriation. They appropriated an entire fucking religion. I don't know about this shit anymore. It gets me worse. It gets me more angry every time I hear this shit. I just wish people would stop. Stop, like, going crazy over these tiny little things. And worry about the big shit. Like, how can we fix our police problem? More training. And if that's not the problem, you think that's not the problem, better training. But I guarantee you, proper training ends 98% of all of these problems. If that woman's properly trained, that guy never gets shot. He gets tasered, he never gets shot. If in Louisiana, if that officer's properly trained, they never have to shoot him. That guy never gets his hands down to his pockets. The shit shouldn't happen. I mean, accidents are gonna happen. Correct. It makes me want to, so, that's my Minecraft one. That's, here we go. This over here. We're going to pull this up. I applied to Continental Tire. That's significantly better pay. A lot of this stuff may end if I go to Continental. We'll have to be doing this stuff differently. Let's see. Alright. See, she got a warrant out for arrest for manslaughter. There it is. There it is. Before I go in there. Compared it to blackface. That's so dumb. Every PS4 will be HDR compatible. There are no 1080p HDR screens out. Sorry, guys. See if I can't find this. So they have Gracie does some training in Los Angeles. Let's see if I can't find it. They have a real arrest. Here it is. As you can see, I've watched it already.
What's up, you guys? The video has gone viral. An officer, Las Vegas Metro Police Department. Suspect went crazy. Officer took him down to the ground. Ground control tactics in full effect, showing a perfect example of what happens when you know when the fight goes to the ground. Check out the video and then we'll discuss it.
I mean, do you have anything? What's that right there? You got something squishy in there?
It's my phone.
Okay. All right.
Bro,
Okay.
I'm legit. Like,
Okay.
yeah, bro.
Do you have anything illegal in your pockets? That's what I'm asking.
No.
Can I search your pockets?
No, sir.
Okay.
I don't, sir. I don't have it. Come on. Stop. Come on, man. Stop, give me a break, man. Come on. Come on, man. Get up, dude. No, stop, bro. God damn it! 416! Hey, help me, dog! Help! What the? Stop resisting! Stop resisting!
I got it.
Stop resisting! Stop resisting! I'm homeless! Okay. Roll over. I'm homeless, man!
All right, I got one arm.
Okay! Hey,
The other
you
one's
got it,
under.
you got it! I'm okay, my left arm just locates both.
All right.
I'm homeless, bro. Look
Okay,
at
that's
that.
fine.
I'm homeless, dog. I'm homeless.
Back
bro.
up.
So what happened? The officer was conducting a standard pat down. The suspect was feigning compliance, answering all the questions, hands behind his back. Fingers were grabbed right here by the officer. He was patting down his pocket, asking questions. Everything seemed to be okay. When the officer reached back and pulled out his cuffs, what did the suspect hear? The clink clink. The clink clink.
I'm not going with you, that's for sure.
You don't like the clink
No.
clink, because that's, yeah, he's gonna go. So at this point, the officer, the suspect feigned compliance, he ripped his hands out. The officer got a hold, followed in this perfect rear clinch, stayed tight. They both kind of side fell, boom, until the hip hit the ground. At this point, a scramble ensued. The officer mounted on the suspect, and that's when you knew that he knew what he was doing. Amazing transition to mount, both knees on the ground, stayed low at first, started getting pushed, started getting wild. The suspect grabbed him in a headlock at one point, which is very common out of desperation. So the officer stayed low, stayed calm, control, eventually started pushing up, making some distance. The officer used a few distraction strikes from here to get the suspect to keep his hands up. At this point, they were controlling. The guy almost got up on his elbow one time. He recovered with good hip pressure, came back, re-achieved the mount, and then finally, the suspect was so out of control, officer pulled his taser out, drive stun. Now, suspect went even crazier for a while, then he calmed down a little bit. Control, stabilizing control. Finally, about a minute, backup arrived. They were still in the mount. And the reason why we felt it was so important to discuss this situation was because what would have happened, and let's speculate a little bit about similar situations when an officer did not have the ground control tactics in a situation like this.
Of course. Let's show them.
Yeah, well, so let's say officer takes someone down, is just grabbing them. First of all, they know nothing about mount. They're grabbing, they're tugging on an arm, they get grabbed, they get thrown over this way. Boom, the person comes up, person ends up on the bottom. Now you have a suspect on the bottom. Sorry, suspect's on top, officer on the bottom.
On top,
Punches are
striking.
happening, no backup there except
Weapon.
Yes, your weapons are accessible. So, and what happens is this, we've done previous breakdowns where because the officer did not have the resources to maintain control and they fall off, the situation becomes deadly force, boom, and then they have to shoot from here, boom, boom, boom. So it turns into deadly force because of the lack of training. And we always say this, an officer without options is an accident waiting to happen. Because if you don't have any intermediate force options or hands-on tactics on the ground where the fight inevitably goes, then you're more likely to resort to deadly force prematurely. And that's the biggest problem.
Now get up.
So now let's talk about some of the things we discussed this week at our GST program here with these instructors regarding mount control, regarding mount concept. So if heat-on is down, the first rule, if you're gonna engage in control, now of course you can always disengage, draw, taser, whatever you want, but if you feel inclined to stay in this grapple because you feel that if you get up, they're gonna get up and attack you, so then you might opt to stay into the ground fight with the mount position like we saw in Las Vegas. Rule number one, the bigger the suspect, the lower you must be. Because if you sit up too high against a much larger attacker and you're striking or grabbing, you're very tippable, right? The taller you are, the tippable you are, the more tippable. So my number one concern is get low, pressure, and control. Push me to the side. Look at the hips. I'm connected at the hips. My hips and my legs are anchored on to my suspect here. Hip pressure the whole time. As soon as you neutralize their escape, then you have to begin worrying about the possibility of your weapon being accessed. Look, so he may go. Guess where I go? Elbow to elbow. Grab the weapon, please. Nice. Grab the taser. Elbow to elbow. Grab either weapon, please. Can't. So we're gonna walk north, you guys. As his hand goes to the weapon, we're gonna underhook, elbow to elbow, inchworm. Look, all the way north. North of the shoulder, inside the elbow. If he goes on the other side, look, switch the hips, underhook, inchworm, inchworm. And now look what we do. S-grip on the head, place it on the skull, lower your head down. Try to get for the weapon. Look at my hips, look at the hook pressure. Still hooking, still hooking. Now you guys, right here, eventually I want to handcuff him. But I don't want to be in a hurry, because the longer I keep the suspect on his back, the more demoralized he or she will be by the time it's time to turn them over and apply the handcuffs. So there's absolutely no rush. Why? Because time's on whose side? Ours! That's what's up. So eventually, when the person tires, we can sit up when he's no fight left. But you have to understand the mount and you have to understand control to be able to wait that long. When there's nothing left, we come up, we go, and we go into a handcuffing strategy. Now it's possible that the suspect pushes up, right?
Especially if you're unable to get low and hold my neck.
Too strong, long arms, big guy. And at this point, we can swim and get back low. But if he's really strong, sometimes they're begging for you to take a submission. But remember, submission with no handcuffs is no submission. So look, we spin, we catch the arm. Standard jiu-jitsu straight arm lock, taught all around the world. And up until very recently, had no law enforcement application, because from here I pressure. If I break his arm, eventually when I let go, he's coming up, and now we have a fight. So it wasn't taught for many, 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 many years. Now it is. From here, after you gain compliance, okay, I give up, tap, snap, yell, whatever it is. At this point, you have to be able to transition into handcuffing. Check it out. Turn the hand south, over the thigh, invert the south grip, control the elbow. Leg up, hip forward, walk and talk, rolling over, tuck it in, catch one, hand back, sir, bring it back, cuff one, cuff two, and we're good right here, okay? So a submission without a handcuffing transition has no value for the crowd standing right behind me, you guys. If that was too fast, watch it one more time. So what's the moral of the story? Law enforcement, use of force, in terms of, man, not having enough training. And you know what the worst of all is? The public, the general public, generalizing law enforcement and collectively critiquing or criticizing, oh, cops are bad, cops are too aggressive, cops do this, cops do that. That's the worst. Because one thing that we've learned, and we don't expect the public to know this, is that over the last 15 years that we've been teaching this program, 20 years if you include our fathers running the program as well, the one thing we've learned more than anything is that there is no standardized training across all law enforcement.
You're telling me they're not all united in their training?
Well, they're united in their purpose.
Of course, but every police officer in the United States is not learning the exact same things.
No, not only that. Even within states, it's completely up in the air. So each department is left up to their own to decide their training. They might have similar policies regarding use of force, but the tools that are provided to the officers to carry out the arrest, take care of business in the least violent way possible is completely up to each command staff at each police department and the dedicated training and the dedicated instructors who want to pursue that information. So to say, oh, cops are aggressive, cops use aggressive force or excessive force too frequently, they abuse their power. Well, what's happening in those situations is you have a department with good people, very few tools, and no training. And when that person is put into a fight or flight, life or death situation and has no resources, what are they going to do? Excessive force every day of the week. They just don't know how to deal with it. So the solution is better training. But what's crazy is it's not even the officer's fault.
Whose fault is it?
They don't choose. Officers, when they sign up, they get a badge, they get a gun, they get some training, they go through a police academy, and sometimes that includes no effective ground tactics or controlling tactics without the weapons. It's up to the departments, the head of the departments, the chiefs, the training sergeants to change the policy that would allow officers the proper training. And you know, it's crazy. Some police departments are stuck in 1980s with no ground tactics, yet suspects all over the world are watching MMA every single weekend, learning general grappling concepts. And if you're not keeping with the times, you guys, it's a liability. It's an accident waiting to happen, you guys. So if you're a police officer watching, talk to the people who make the decision in your department, get the training you need so that you're not a liability to yourself and to the people that you serve. If you're a civilian watching, next time you see an excessive force video that goes viral on YouTube, instead of saying, man, cops are bad, cops are too excessive, cops are too aggressive with the public, cops are trying to abuse their power, say to yourself, that police officer is a victim of a department that does not have the proper training to allow him the resources to apprehend and control suspects in the least violent way possible. And if you don't have training, you're scared, you're like timid, and you engage, and everything is on the jump. Whereas someone who has the training, imagine if Hito was a police officer.
I would have done exactly what the officer in Vegas did.
Boom.
I would have controlled, fell on top of the fight, and held it till backup arrived.
That's what's up. Time is on their side, you guys. They just need the training to hold, we call it tread water until help arrives. So congratulations to the Las Vegas Police Department, because something's happening over there that is really providing them the training that they need. In fact, there are instructors in this very crowd behind me, I can't identify them, who are members of the Las Vegas Metro Police Squad that are here for the training as well. So it's amazing to see the departments that are taking that step forward and providing the proper training, and the ones that aren't, it's just a matter of time. The question is, how many lives have to be lost? How many officers have to get beat up? How many suspects have to get shot, tased prematurely in order for the changes to happen in your department? Are you going to be reactive, or are you going to be proactive? The choice is yours. We're here whenever you're ready. Thank you guys. Much respect.
Perfect. So, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I train police officers, and I'll try. I'll put the link into that video into there, because I think more people need to see that. I think it's important for people to see that. It's just it's just unbelievable. No training. And there's some videos on. I put that one up specifically because I think it's a good idea. We'll see. We'll see. Thanks for watching and listening. And please educate yourself. Educate yourself. And stop bitching about cultural appropriation. Certainly don't bitch to me. Oh, here's responding to Twitter. So anyways, good day. If you want to help us out on this show, on the Fan Zone. Oh, by the way, I'll post a video. Probably, I'll try and post it on YouTube. Of a house I might be buying. And so we might getting this, just toss it, sell it, into a much bigger house that I could probably sell this house and replace it with that house. We'll see. I'll try and put up videos. But if you want to support the podcast, Daniel at Night, the Fan Zone, as you can see, the Fan Zone little icon there. That is a little icon. You just can't tell because it's surrounded by black and then surrounded again by black. You can go to patreon.com/fanzone, donate. $30 gets all this shit back up on Libsyn, so you can get get the podcast automatically, because it sucks. It sucks having to watch it on YouTube because it takes up your bandwidth, and that's no good. Xbox, sign in as Daniel. Oh, that's right. I turned that feature off. Hey, Cortana, sign in as Daniel. It's choose this person. I wonder if the update did something. I've never had any problems with it before. So, anyways, do that. You can find me on twitter.com/Quell. That's Cueil. Facebook.com/Daniel of Lorien. That's Daniel of Lorien. Where else can you find me? The search Quell. You'll find me. If you see a Quell, that's me. At Xbox Live, it's Quell, Cueil. On PSN, it's the same thing. So, anyways, you guys, if you guys want to help out, one-time donation is fine as well. We just need to really get this show back on Libsyn. If I get Continental, it's fucking. I'm putting all this shit back up on Libsyn. And we'll see what we can do. But I'm making $11 an hour now. Continental, I should start off at bare minimum at $17 an hour, bare minimum. And hopefully I get 34, 35 an hour. We'll see. I'd say pray for me, but that's always worked against me. All right. See you guys later.